how to provide the cable nicely from the board to the removable this solution for rods. The previous one solution I didn't like, yeah, so this is for the lamp, and now I make it in the new way. The key point in this question, this specific cable glands. I'm sure you know this kind of cable glands standard and not nice. And these are nice, but it's not the main point that they are nice. Look how they designed. They are designed for the case when you need to provide a big cable with a big connector. Here you can fit really big connector to this hole, and then you are sealing the cable by cutting and drilling the place. I think here it's already cut. Please focus. Yeah, so that is what I bought here in Finland in Biltema. Well, they usually sell Chinese stuff rebranded for them. In my case, it's not about the connector, it's about to have it nice. So, and I put it here, so like this way. I think it's quite nice, and yeah, of course, seal it. Well, the brand solution will be from, for example, Index Marine, something with the focus, okay. So from Index Marine and some other companies. You can find this stuff from different brands. If you never knew before about it, then and only about these cables, then why not to like already? Because now you know. I didn't know also about these solutions before I start renovation of electric in my boat. I pre-drilled the middle, and then using 16 I will drill the main hole. I needed to use a vacuum, that's why I didn't show you. Look, I selected the place where the material is thick enough. So in your case, if you have the similar board, that information may be useful. You put the lamp on the opposite side and you see the places where you have thin material. Yeah, keep it in mind. Yeah, actually it wasn't correct to say about these screws, because you fix it on the base, on the basement. So you disconnect it, and here you have the base, and that's where you screw it. And yeah, they offer this sealing also. And so here we have this basement. You should also apply sealant to this screw. Here we have the cable. Yeah, so we have this sealing gasket or ring here. I put it here, then I close this one. I don't show you this, it's quite understandable, and then I will show you the next. The main sealing happening when you fastening this screw or bolts, and it push on this rubber gasket and seal. It's a kind of cone shape of this sealing. So guys, we have a sealed cable, gauge 14 to 2.5 millimeters here, and we have that part number. I need this cable to install a light here. The light will be here. Well, it doesn't matter right now. That is the light. Yeah. What is important, that side that you have seen, and you have seen this part number there, stainless steel. This is part number. So we are talking about the DEUTSCH connectors again. Yeah. So I have few videos about DEUTSCH connectors, and I explain always, should you select receptacle or what is called the plug on which side. But in that case, we want to make nice, neat connector on the board side and put it there so it looked nice. And the only solution for mounting is that part number, which is suitable for receptacle. You can see here. The plug doesn't have that option to be connected somewhere. So in that case, it's given, the receptacle is given. We will use receptacle on that side, which is not exactly correct. Why? Watch my video about DEUTSCH connectors. So I select this part number, which is N seal, because diameter is 3, about N seal, E seal, you can watch other videos. So with E seal we also within 3 millimeters, fine, but I choose N seal, and this modification with the long cup, again watch my video what means cups. In that case this is for shrinkable tube. So I take this part, well, wait a moment, contacts, receptacle will use contacts that called pin, so, and I will use 31, which is gold, that part number. So I take these contacts, I crimp them there on the cable, insert them here, do shrinking, lock the contacts with the wedge lock, which is that part number, and put this to here, and that's it. So that's the receptacle we have here. It's quite solid construction. Does it look nice? Well, for this board in this location, more or less, you decide. There are no weather cup exist for this one 2-pin receptacle, so we will make our own. For these purposes we will use, well, the first plug we have, DT06-2S. I will use C06 modification with E seal and seal retention. If I use seal retention, I will use the green wedge lock, that part number. Watch my other video about these things if you don't know what it is. And then we will use sealing plugs. They have sealing plugs. They use them when some contacts are not used. In our case, we don't use any contacts. We don't even install them. There is an user manual for each connector, some information about them. So this part number for N seal, this for E seal. However, about this I didn't get the point yet, actually, so it looks like a kind of universal. Well, I didn't get the point yet about this one and this sealing plug, so we will use that one for E seal. This is part number, wedge lock, and that plug. It could be quicker, 10 seconds faster if I use both hands. So here we have the weather cup, our own solution. It's IP60 something 789, I think, if you do everything according to the documentation. That's it. Salt water, not a problem. A lot of water, not a problem. Sinking. Now guys, don't sink. Think, but don't sink. And the heat shrink tubing I applied here is that one from Hellerman Tyton 3:1, 18x6. Well, I paid 10 euros per meter for this one. It's considered to be thin-walled. Well, thin, not the meter actually, 1 and 2 meters. Well, thin, well, more or less thin wall. And actually that's the minimum one that you can start use with DEUTSCH DT connectors with 2 pins that will fit. The small dimension will not fit, the bigger will not seal here. I previously used no-name solution. They make a nice, neat shrinking, but I didn't. It was some no-name. I didn't find anything smaller than this that will fit here from brand vendors. So I actually have a couple video, one for the shrinking corrugated pipes, different heat shrink tubing, and for small cables, and I'm going to record another video about heat shrink tubes for Deutsch connectors. Yeah, so, and that's the first one. I will put the link if it's ready. If not, subscribe to see it. Let's now make similar, but not the same, on another side. And here we have the same cable gland. I didn't show you the process is the same, and the cable is gauge 16, or actually it's 1.5, 7 course. I didn't found 6, I only need 6, so I will not use the green and yellow, and we will install receptacle, again receptacle for 6 pins, because only receptacle can be fitted to the stainless steel mounting here under this screw. You will see soon. So you can see that what is called the plug DT06-2S, it doesn't have any thing to mount it. That's why we will use what is called receptacle DT06-6P, and that specific modification CE09 that has this long cup for shrinking tubes, and receptacle has this thing to mount it on the same stainless steel mounting that you have seen. E-seal means 2. Wait a moment. 2.3 is our cable there, and E-seal is quite well for us, the best actually, than N-seal, as you can see according to this table. So we have this modification. And you probably already remember that for receptacle we use contacts that are called pin, and because the cable is the gauge 16, actually 1.5, but I will use this size of contacts from 16 to 20, and I will use gold this time. So again, yeah, so that is part number. And here is the wedge lock part number W6P, that one. So these 3 components, and again that metal clump that you have seen. So stripping crimping is done. I didn't show you the process because I have enough information on my channel on Deutsch connectors. You can watch. I will put the link in the description. Actually, I told you wrong that I don't use this cable, this green and the yellow. I do use this. I verified with my project, and I don't use the number 4 wire. Well, okay. So it's assembled this way, yeah. And I told you that I collect material about heat shrinking tubes for Deutsch connectors, so I will use this one, 24x8 Hellerman Tyton here, and let's take a look at the process probably. So here we have it. Well, aesthetical aspects maybe wish to be better, but that's what you have with that kind of solution. Yeah, you cannot do nice usually. And as for the protection, they do have the part. Let me show you. It's called Dust Cap, this part number, but it wasn't in stock. However, I know some tricks. And the trick is to use this, what is called boot from DTP power, DTP004-2P-E008. That kind of boot, if you only temporary once in a year want to cover this receptacle, as in my case, then yeah, it's quite fine. Not for often use, but actually neither this weather cup that they offer is for often use. It's not so convenient. So like this way. Well, I think that's all for this part. In the next part we will do this rods holder and put Deutsch connectors here. You can see the light. Subscribe to see it. Give your comments, like. Here you also see the light. Bye!